Time to check in on the latest buzz in the entertainment world.
Liz and Mike from 105.1 The Buzz joining us live right now. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning.
All right, so we've been talking about Harry Styles a little bit
Listening to
already
a
on
little
this
Harry
show, a little bit
Styles,
there,
yeah.
yeah. So he's in the headlines through no fault of his own. So anyway, he was in Rolling Stone magazine, talked about his sexuality and keeping his life private. Also, I know we want to also go back and kind of touch on the King of Pop discussion that we
Yeah,
talked
I would
about.
imagine you guys want to weigh in
So
on this.
let's start with that. So he was called the King of Pop
The new King of Pop.
The new King of Pop by Rolling Stone. And there was some just like some finger wagging.
Yeah,
at that.
Twitter got really angry yesterday and they were like, how dare you? It's Michael Jackson. And so Mike and I came to a good agreement earlier that we would like to refer to him as the Prime Minister of Pop.
Oh,
Still
okay.
an official title, but it's a little different than the other one. And that way we can still, make sure that he gets his due. And that's an elected position, isn't it? So it's like we're voting for Harry Styles.
Yeah,
I
that's
like that.
true.
Plus,
That's a
he's
good
British,
call.
so
It all
gives
fits.
it a little
uniquely-
British nod.
Right.
Rolling Stone's got to stop handing out this title, though. They did this in 2006 with Justin Timberlake before social media happened, so people weren't outcrying over it. But there is one King of Pop, and we're just going to leave it at that. We can find another title for all the rest of these folks.
Right?
That's
And
fair.
there's so many we can use. President of Pop, Governor of Pop. Like there's a lot of titles left,
There
That's
are lots
true.
of honors
All
to
kinds of
be-
leaders,
to
all
be
kinds of leader
bestowed.
names out
for
there.
For sure. I think Rolling Stone does it just because they know that it'll get people talking
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
true.
I
mean,
which
look,
we are.
we're all talking.
But he had some other headline-making things in this interview. So what were some of the highlights?
Yeah, he was accused of capitalizing off the fact that he is gender fluid. Like looking back to his Vogue article and cover that he did last year, sometimes he wears what's known as traditionally women's clothing, and was asked if he was doing that just to project an image, basically to be more successful. And he was like, hey, listen, I don't talk about my personal life. My personal life is personal. I've never said that I am, that I'm not. I've never contradicted anything, because if I did that, I'd have to be doing that all day long. And so, basically was like, you don't know the answer, so you can't get mad at me.
I honestly respect that. And we
Fair.
brought this up with the few celebrities that actually do truly keep their lives private.
Yeah.
I think it makes all the sense in the world to me. I think that's fine. And why do we need to know?
Yeah,
Doesn't
especially
matter.
with somebody like Harry Styles, who's as polarizing he is to so many different people, so many different communities. His fluidity, whether it's by choice or that's just his nature, whatever it is just that. It's polarizing. So it's not for us to assume. If he wants to keep it private, you got to respect it.
Absolutely.
Right. I like that it's just out there in terms of representation. He's going to wear what he wants to wear. He's going to be on a magazine cover and whatever. And it shouldn't be a thing constantly. It doesn't have to be a thing.
That's the thing. Is like if we're gonna make progress in all this, it doesn't need to always be brought
Right.
up. At
Stop
some point,
making
it
it a
just is what
thing.
it is, and let people be, let them live. So.
No, one
Exactly.
thing that made me kind of laugh is after he got done talking about how his personal life is personal, they then got a quote from Olivia Wilde. So how private is it if you're getting a quote from your alleged girlfriend? And then she talked about how, in general, the fan base is very positive and loving, but there's a small group that are a little toxic. And I think she means because she dates him sometimes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That are
Well,
going after her.
I
That's
have
always
I have nothing there.
That's always going to be a thing. That's the world of pop stars, no matter what their royal title is,
Yeah.
Okay, so I would imagine, have you guys seen Love is Blind? I know Travis hasn't seen the show, but do you guys watch Love is Blind?
I watch every trashy reality
Yes,
show.
thank you, Liz. I knew I could count on you. So I would imagine you, like me, were a little shocked. Over the weekend, we learned some Love is Blind tea. We now know that all the couples are divorced. Womp
They're
womp.
all divorced. They're all done. Only 2 of them actually went through with the marriage.
Gasp.
And then they announced
Shock.
their divorces on the exact same day, which makes me think it must have been something in their contract that was like, you must remain married until this date.
Right, you can't talk until this date.
Yeah, but even though we know that they're no longer together, they are doing an After the Altar special, which will air on September 16th on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Oh boy.
And it's going to be following the couples after they said I do and where it kind of left off from last time. And I'm not saying I want to see people's marriages fail, but we already know the demise is coming. And I'm going to watch this train wreck. I am here for it.
Oh, I absolutely will be popping the popcorn for sure. Yeah.
I'm just
I mean,
not surprised.
Literally, they might as well have gotten Jerry Springer to come host this thing. I can tell you from personal experience, as the only divorced person here, that my life was way more interesting when I was living with my wife going through a divorce than it is right now. Because yesterday I did laundry and watched the Little League World Series.
Imagine if Jerry Springer was there. It would have just spruced it right up.
Yeah.
You know?
I might be rich right now. Who knows?
You never know. You never know.
I just think it's interesting the second season because season one, there were some successful relationships. Lauren and I forget her husband's name. They're still together.
Cam.
Cam, that's right. Lauren and Cam. They were like the OGs of season one. Like they had the most solid storyline. There was like no drama the whole time. They got married. Everything was great, and they're great, and they're happy, and they're just like couple goals. But then
Yeah,
the
there's
second
two.
season just was a dud.
Yeah, there was 2 married couples from season 1, and my favorite is in the teaser trailer for this After the Altar special. They show Jarrett, who's one of the divorced ones now, talking about how hard marriage is, and if someone tells you it's not, that they're lying to you. And I think he should amend his statement to say, marriage is hard if you've only known the person for 2 weeks and everything was filmed and you were the best version you could be of yourself
And you
surrounded
don't
by
even
cameras.
technically
That's
see
fair.
each other.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go and throw this out there. I knew my ex-wife for 3 years before we got married, and that stunk.
So there's caveats out there.
Never know, but I do think your odds might be a little better if you've, seen and dated them before you decide to get
For at
engaged.
least a little bit. For just a little bit. That's
Just
all
to
we're
get-
asking for.
Not with cameras following, because think about it. If you have a camera following you all the time, like that is the best version of themselves they could have been. Like, stop and think about that.
Yeah.
Who
How
are they when
bad
the
it would've
cameras are
been
not
without
rolling?
the camera?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, all the more reason to tune into this special.
Oh boy.
Let's get some unscripted moments. Unscripted wink wink.
Unscripted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
love it.
guys. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. All
Bye, friends.
right,
care, guys.
bye.
Yeah.
You can listen to Liz and Mike every weekday morning on 105.1 The Buzz. Should I watch Love Is Blind?
I mean, if you have nothing else to do.